Or is all the mess gone? You will find out soon enough. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In the beginning of this year, I had set a reading challenge for myself as part of the Goodreads community. Part of the reason I decided to do that was because I was quite new to the booktube community as a participant, as a content creator. And I thought that I should set up a target for the number of books that I'm going to read this year and go back and see whether I meet it or I exceed it, because it was a fun thing to do. I have seen many of the booktubers doing that, so I set up a challenge for myself in the beginning of this year. So in this video, I want to just go and introspect where I am with my reading challenge, how much progress I have made, and also what I'm planning to read for the rest of the month. So there are like 4 months left out, 4.5 months left out. So I have charted out a very reasonable TBR, not over optimistic TBR for myself, because I don't want to get disappointed, because that's what happened in the past couple of months, and I was in a reading slump and I was kind of depressed. So that's why there were not many videos that I could put out because I was not in the mood, because yeah, I was kind of disappointed with myself. And at the same time, there was so much mess of books lying around because of the reason that I was planning to renovate my bookshelf room, book library kind of a setup. So yeah, it was kind of a messy situation altogether. So I was in a reading slump for all those reasons. So let's see what I have decided for the rest of the month, plus where I am with my reading challenge. Hey guys, my name is Angela, your own bookaholic Brownin, and if this is your first time here, I would like to let you know what we do in this channel. Just like the name suggests, we talk all things books. This channel is the baby of my passion towards books and all things related to books. So that's what you will get in this channel. Books, books, and books. So if you love books just like me, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also, please like and share so that more and more book lovers get to see this channel. Where am I with my reading challenge? So before we get into where I am, I should let you know what was my target. So in the beginning of the year, I decided that I should read at least 50 books. I know it's a low number when compared to the general book reading community, but I thought that because this was my first year taking up this challenge, and also because of the fact that I have a full-time job, I have 4 dogs, I have one husband whom I need to take care of, I thought that, plus now that I have ventured into this whole booktube content creation world, I thought that I will have limited time in my hands. So I thought that 50 was a very reasonable number. So currently I have read 41 books in like what we are in August, in 8 months. I think it's not that bad, it's a good number. And I have covered a lot of crime thrillers, mostly audiobooks. And then I read some science fiction like All Systems Read by Martha Wells and Three Body Problem. I read some non-fictions like Azadi by Arundhati Roy. I read an Agatha Christie novel which I really loved. And yeah, and I loved one of the literary fiction books that I read, which was A Little Life. I have been yapping about it in this channel a lot, so you know that already, that I really loved that book. And then a lot of fantasy as well. I read my first ever Brandon Sanderson book, which was a novella, which was The Emperor's Soul. Yeah, so that's where I am with my reading challenge. Considering that I am a very slow reader, I am quite happy with 41 books in 8 months. That's a great achievement for me. Of course, I will set a higher target for next year, but yeah, this is where I am. And then you can judge for yourself how reasonable or over optimistic my reading charter for the rest of the year is. So let's start with the current month, the month of August, and let me tell you what I'm reading currently. I'm reading two books currently. One is Sedlin Essence by Josiah Bancroft, and I am at page number 235. So there are 380 pages. So yeah, I've made good progress in just 2 days, and I just love this book. I am right now 3/4 into the book right now, and I don't know where this is going. I had given a short summary of this book previously in one of the book haul video that I did, but basically this book is about a guy called Thomas Senlin. He takes his newlywed wife to a honeymoon, and the honeymoon destination is a tower, which is a Tower of Babel, which is hailed as mankind's biggest achievement, and it is humongously big tower which has layers of civilizations living in these towers, and each layer is called ringdoms. Unfortunately, what happens is, before even entering into the tower, once they reach the vicinity, he loses her, and what unfolds is his attempts in finding her, and it is an incredible journey. I didn't expect this. I never thought it to be so suspenseful, intriguing. There are so many twists and turns, and it's a story of love, endurance, perseverance, survival. So yeah, you guys need to check this out. So this book is part of a read along in one of the Discord servers. So people who have already finished it say that you will not stop yourself from picking up book two once you finish this. It is that incredibly well written book. So that was the first book. The next book that I'm reading now, I don't have a physical copy to show you. I am reading it on Kindle, which is the latest book by Stephen King. In fact, it released only on the 2nd of August, just 2 days ago, and it is Billy Summers by Stephen King. It is a thriller. Now, as you guys know, if you have been following me on this channel, that I am not a great Stephen King fan. Yes, I am that one of kind of a weird species who do not like Stephen King. Especially that could be because, in general, I've told you this before as well, because I don't like horror as a genre that much. So it could be because of that. I have read 4 books of his Dark Tower fantasy series, which I really liked. But I don't know. I have never been attracted to his horror books. I did read half of Carrie, didn't like it. I did read half of Thinner, didn't like it. So, guys, I am reading currently amazing fantasy books with amazing, elegant prose and beautiful character arcs. And now I'm reading Billy Summers. I Let's just say it's a good book. I am drawn into the story. I want to know what's going to happen. But am I enjoying the prose? No. Am I enjoying it as how I would enjoy a fantasy book or a science fiction book or even literary fiction? No. I So yeah, I will reserve my reviews and judgments till I finish the book. Maybe I'm jumping the gun, so I don't want to do that. So yeah, so those are the 2 books that I'm currently reading: Senlit Essence and Billy Summers. Now you might be wondering what happened to Jasmine Throne, which I was so fascinated by. I am still reading it, but I have put it on hold, not because it's not good, but I wanted to start off with my read-alongs, with the Discord family. So I thought that I will put this on hold for a while, but I will definitely finish this as well in August. So that is Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri. Then I finished Dead House Gates, so obviously I had to move on to the next book in the series, which is Memories of Ice by Steven Erikson. Guys, I have to do a review at some point about the Malazan books. But yeah, I need a lot of preparation for that because I don't want to be bashed by Malaz tubers for putting out, um, what do you call that? Below standard reviews. So I want to, be properly prepared before I put out something about the Malazan books. But if you are not reading Malazan books, you don't know what you are missing out on. And the last book in this month that I have decided to read is something again I have carried over from the previous month, which is this tome of a book, Eye of the World by Robert Jordan, the first book in the Wheel of Time series. I have to finish this month. I don't know, come what may, I have to do it. That's something that I have decided, and I will not back down from it. Let's see how that goes. So that was the charter for August. My bad, sorry guys. I have one more book for the month of August, which is also part of a read along in Discord, which is Dune by Frank Herbert. I do not unfortunately have a copy to show you. I will receive it on 6th, which is I think tomorrow, or yeah, tomorrow I will receive it, and it is going to be a special edition hardcover. I am so stoked. I just can't wait to get my hands on that copy. So Dune is also part of my August TBR. Moving on to September, I will be carrying over Memories of Ice from August to September because I think that I will be able to finish only half of it because I'm reading it along with tomes like Eye of the World and Jasmine Throne. So I thought that maybe it's a reasonable thing that I keep 2 months aside for each Malazan books. So that's book number 1 that I'm planning to read in September, which is Memories of Ice, carried over from the month of August. Next up is a book, actually third book in a series, which I really loved. I want to reread this entire series again sometime, and that is the Devabad trilogy by S.A. Chakravarti. I have gushed about the first 2 books a lot in this channel, and the third book is called The Empire of Gold. Yeah, so again, you can see this is also a tome. Next is a book by an author who writes in my mother tongue, Malayalam, and the book is called Mustache by S. Harish. I had given a synopsis of this book in my previous book haul. I think there are elements of magical realism in this book, I guess. But yeah, this is something that I'm planning to read. It's not that big of a book. It's how many pages? 320 pages. So not that much big of a challenge to finish. And again, as part of the read along, I will be reading second book of the Babel series, which is Arm of the Sphinx. So that's my very modest TBR for September. Like I said, I want to be quite reasonable when I'm setting up these targets so that I don't beat myself up and just become very sad about it. So yeah, that was September for you guys. Getting into the 10th month of the year, which is October, I will kickstart the month with The Horde King, which is the third book in the Book of Babel series. And the reason why the read-along is planned this way is because the fourth book in the series is being released in the month of November. So all of us wanted to catch up with the books. So that's why, the read-along was planned this way, August, September, October. And by November, we can pick up the fourth book and read it. In October, I will be reading The Horde King along with the rest of the guys in the read-along. Next, assuming that I would have finished Memories of Ice in September, I will pick up the next book in the Malazan series, which is House of Chains. Yeah, look at the cover. Ooh. So yeah, as you know, I'm always excited to read anything related to Malazan. Then I am going to venture into a great journey, guys, which is going to be epic. which is kind of a repeat journey because I read this book a long time ago, maybe 15 years ago or so, when you know I was too naive and too young to understand and appreciate the beauty of this epic fantasy series of all time, which is The Lord of the Rings. So I will be reading The Fellowship of the Ring. Previously, I had read 1 and 2, I think. I watched the movies, I loved them, but I don't remember much from the book. So I thought that I should read this again. Now that I'm more mature, now that I'm more equipped to handle the beauty of this book. So yeah, The Fellowship of the Ring, as you can see, this is a beautiful copy which is a part of a deluxe edition. I really love this copy of mine. So that is Lord of the Rings. Then what else? Yes, then I will also start the second book in the Wheel of Time series, which is The Great Hunt. I'm not pretentious enough to claim that I will finish the book in the same month, but I will definitely start it off. So that is the charter for October. Getting into the penultimate month of the year, November. I want to kickstart November with the Brandon Sanderson book. Now, I have read only one book of Brandon Sanderson, and which is a novella, The Emperor's Soul, and I really loved it. Actually, my husband is reading it now, and he is so immersed. He is so addicted to it right now, and he's not a reader. Like me, but he's trying to develop a reading habit now. So I thought that maybe Sanderson was a good start for him, and he's really loving it. Yeah, I digress. So I wanted to start with the first thing he wrote, which is, I think, or at least the first thing he published, which is the Elantris. I know that a lot of even the Sanderson fans do not love this book that much when compared to Mistborn or the Stormlight Archive, obviously. So, but still, I want to start with where he started. So, yeah, looking forward to reading Elantris. That is first book in the month of November. Then the rest of the books I don't have physical copies or I haven't ordered them yet, but I can talk about them, right? So obviously, as I mentioned previously, in the month of November, the Book of Babel, Book 4 is going to be released, and I'm sure I will be part of the read along in Discord. So that's book number 2 that I want to read. Book number 3 that I want to read is book 5 of the Malazan series, which is Midnight Tides, and I will continue with The Great Hunt from the previous month. Like I said, I don't think that I can finish it in 1 month, so I will carry it forward, and I will try to finish Great Hunt in the month of November. So I think again it's a very modest TBR for the month of November, only 4 books, which is okay because October and November at work are very busy times for me. So yeah, I wanted to be modest with my TBR there. Yeah, so that's the month of November. And to wind up the year, I will kickstart December with a science fiction, which is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I know a lot of people have already read it and they really loved it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. I think it's my 3rd science fiction of the year. Next would be book 2 of the grandfather of fantasy, which is The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. So stoked. Then I would read my 2nd Neil Gaiman book, which is The American Gods. My husband watched the American Gods series and he really loved it. And from his review, I thought that why not read Gaiman's book. I know it's going to be quirky, it's going to be funny, it's going to be out of this world. So wow, quite excited for that as well. Last but certainly not the least, I will read the next book in the Malazan series, which is the Bone Hunters. So that's again very modest book reading month for me. And yeah, let's see, I think that with these many books in my TBR now, I think I will surpass the 50 books reading challenge. Fingers crossed, I will. And yeah, at the end of the year, let's review how I fared. So, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. And please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in my next video. This is Angela signing off. Bye bye.